right, so here we have the properties of exponentials. This is our basic equation. We'll have y equals a times b raised to the power of x. So what we need to figure out is, one, the b value again always has our variable attached to it. So we call that the growth or decay factor. So this is how it grows or decays. And then our a value, the number in front of that, would be our starting value. Okay, for instance, if I had an equation that was y equals 5 times 2 to the power of x, all right, well this 2 is my growth factor, because that tells me it's going to double each time. Okay, and the 5 would be my initial value or my starting value. Okay, so if I wanted to make a table for this, basically this is going to grow very rapidly. So we would start with 5, if I want to make a sequence of it, and we're going to double each time. So we would go from 5, doubled would be 10, and then we double that to 20, and then 40, and so forth, right? So that's how this would work, and so that's the exponential value. If, okay, this is an example of an exponential growth. If for some reason I had 5 and then 1/2 raised to the power of x, well, now this is still my initial value. Okay, this now is a decay factor. Okay, so this time it would be getting cut in half each time. We would start with 5, and then we'd cut that in half, 2.5, and then cut that in half, and continue on until it just got closer and closer to 0. All right, so things to understand here. If the b value, if b is greater than 1, okay, it's going to be a growth. If b is between 0 and 1, then it'll be a decay factor. Okay, so that's kind of how you know whether it's a decay or growth. If you are struggling seeing that, again, we can always plug this into a calculator. This graph would look like this, where if I read it from left to right, then it would be going up. Okay, so that's a growth, always going from left to right. This one would start up here and it would go down. Okay, so again, left to right, this is a decay. Okay, so those are basically the basic properties of an exponential.